Docu-style. Oh, there we go. What up, everybody? Wow. I never thought there would be a day that came that I would actually be making this video. Whatever, let's get into it. If you guys haven't seen the amount of chaos that has gone down on my Twitter in the past day, the tea has been spilled, people. I'm only gonna read off a few of the tweets. If you guys would like to see the rest of them, they're pretty juicy. I don't really want to get into all of them. So it started off yesterday at 4:39 p.m. and I said, my suspicions were right all along. Can't trust no one. And the reason I said this is because 2 days ago, my ex-girlfriend got hacked on her Snapchat, her YouTube account, and her Twitter. The reason I found out about this is because Lizzy was actually calling my phone from her friend's phone, and at first I didn't answer because I was in the middle of cooking. I didn't know who was calling me. I didn't have the number saved. And then I actually got a text from Anthony saying that I need to call this number. There was a phone number placed in there as well. He said it was really important. You need to call this number. So I called it up. I talked to Lizzy. First thing she said was her Snapchat was hacked, and then she talked about the other social media platforms that were hacked. She was like freaking out, crying. I was like, okay, calm down. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna try my absolute best. First thing I automatically did was reach out to my contact at Snapchat. I got her account frozen so the hacker couldn't do anything on the account. And then I reached out to my team at YouTube, tried to help her get back into her Gmail and YouTube, of course. And then Twitter was kind of like a lost cause because I have nobody to reach out to at Twitter. So I was thinking of like all the possibilities. Like, okay, how did she get hacked? She obviously got SIM card hacked. The same thing happened to me 2 years ago when we were in Hawaii. And it's funny because the person that actually hacked me, I sort of became friends with on Snapchat. He like added himself onto my Snapchat, which is pretty funny. That same hacker ended up giving me my account information back after talking to him for a little bit. In my opinion, a pretty cool dude. He pretty much taught me how to keep my account safe. Pretty much at the end of the day, he taught me a lesson. So I'm actually thankful for that. So when I realized Lizzy got hacked, I actually, like an hour or two after it happened, I reached out to him and I was like, yo man, did you by chance hack Lizzy? And he replied saying, no, it wasn't him, but it was actually his friend. So he talked to his friends, ended up getting the account information, passed it along to me. I passed it along to Lizzy. She got her accounts back, and that was the end of it. It was all cool. And then one day later, which was actually yesterday, he sends me this on Snapchat. Bro, I just remembered some stuff I saw on her Snap, by the way. I didn't screenshot it because I got kicked out almost instantly after seeing it, but Anthony said to her, I love you so much, Lizzy. I want to be your boyfriend. Something along the lines of that. I don't know if he was joking or not, but she had that message saved in her chats. When I saw this message, my heart dropped, and the reason it dropped is because a couple months after everybody moved out of the house and it was just me, Lizzy, and Ant living here, something weird happened in that mix. I mean, look, I was always busy. I was always doing my work. Work was always like a main priority in my head. I had to make sure that I was entertaining people. I had to make sure I was getting my videos up on time. Everything in my life revolves around my work. So at times when I was working, obviously Lizzy and Ant would be talking to each other at some point. Clearly, they've been living here for a while. They're gonna be close no matter what. That's a given. But like things kind of took like a weird turn. I didn't notice it directly at first. My family actually started to notice things, and they would say stuff to me along the lines of like, Lance, open your eyes. Look how close they're getting it, and look at how they almost like look at each other in a way. Funny thing, my cleaning lady actually said the same thing. To be 100% real, in my entire relationship, I never felt secure. I always had trust issues. I always felt like she was never mine. There's no need to jump into the nitty-gritty of every little detail, but I will say what has me ticked off the most is that my friend Anthony, who I've been friends with since like 4th or 5th grade, the last few months of them both living here was the most insecure I've ever felt in my life about my relationship. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they did anything, but the reason I felt this way was because intuitively I felt a weird vibe. And I would bring up the situation all the time. I even said it to the both of them. They both reassured me every single time there was nothing going on between them. They're just close because they're roommates, blah, 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 blah. But then what really got to me was when I started actually dreaming of situations that would occur involving the two of them. And look, just because I have a dream doesn't necessarily mean it's true. I've had so many dreams that have never been true, but I would literally wake up angry and then I would calm myself down because I realized it was a dream. But over time, not only my suspicion rose even more, but so did my family members. And it kind of got to the point in my relationship where I just didn't really know how to handle it. There was time periods where like me and Lizzy just didn't even talk for a couple days in a row. And it's like every time we did talk, we would literally argue about every single thing, and it kind of just really got annoying. So after going through that for such a long period of time, I think we both both agreed that it was just best to end the relationship. I'm not even necessarily mad at Lizzy in this situation. It's more so the fact that I'm mad about Anthony. He would be the last person that I would think that would ever even say something like that to her. Once again, nothing that I'm saying has been confirmed with hard evidence, but I will say I had an hour-long text conversation with him yesterday, and not one single time did he deny the fact that he's been talking to Lizzy. He still stays in contact. I know that for a fact. He also tried comparing my situation to a situation that he had back in high school or middle school, saying that he was once cheated on by his ex. 2 days later, he found out that she was with this other dude, which I don't even know why that was said, because he's trying to compare a situation that's completely irrelevant and acting like, oh, just because this happened to him means that it's okay if he does something like that to somebody else. Dude, honestly, I could give two shits who Lizzy ends up being with, but I will say, if one of those people are somebody that I thought was my friend, of course I'm gonna say some shit about it. Regardless, in this type of situation, if I was in Anthony's shoes, I would never in a million years continue talking to some girl that my friend just broke up with, let alone try to slide in and have her for himself. That's messed up. Like, that's straight up bro code broken in every way, shape, and form. Look, dude, if you want to be with her, just admit it. He like indirectly admitted to it multiple times throughout the text conversation that we had. He pretty much told me to get over it. That's how it ended, the conversation. The reason I'm making this video is because I am salty as fuck that the majority of people that I let into my life always fuck me over, and I'm always so nice to them. I always do so much for these people, and they always turn their backs on me. That's why I always keep my circle small. That's why you guys are always seeing people circulated throughout my friend group, because for one reason or another, they're not in my life. And because I choose not to say anything about them and not put them on blast to protect them, I always get the end of the stick. To be real, I'm kind of done protecting people. I need to protect myself at this point. On another note, we got some brand new content coming to this channel. I'm actually changing up my channel a little bit. This is difficult because I really don't know how you guys are going to react to it. But I will say, at the end of the day, I love to entertain, and I feel like I haven't been doing that as of recently. I mean, look, the vlogs are cool. You guys get an insight into my personal life, which, don't get me wrong, the vlogs will still be there. They're not going to be as frequent, I will say, but when I do post them, they're going to be pretty long. And I got some other things in the work right now that will satisfy everyone's needs for content involving me and the family. Big things are coming this year. At the end of the day, I'm still happy. I'm still grinding. I'm doing me. I really hope everyone out there can just take this as a learning lesson from me personally. Be very careful who you let into your friend group. If you're feeling a type of way, you're getting vibes from people, just straight up say something to them. Even if it's not true, if you feel a certain type of way, confront them about it. Ask them. I think that's one of the biggest things I've learned over the past month is just being vocal about my feelings. I've always kept everything bottled up inside of me and chose not to speak about them. And the second I started letting things out and expressing myself, it felt like the biggest weight lifted off my chest. At the end of the day, I want everybody to be happy, but if you fuck me over, Lance isn't so Mr. Nice Guy anymore. Peace.